Oh boy, Johnny's in Canada again. All right, Johnny is in fucking Montreal. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm wearing a new Montreal Canadiens hat, like a Montreal Canadian, skating through these. What does he say? He goes skating through these like a. I don't even know what he says, but it's a little foreshadowing for what's about to come on this trip I got going on. But anyway, welcome to the JohnnyCast. This is episode 16. Episode 15 is doing well. Episode 14 is popping off. Johnny's getting hot on TikTok for real. I'm excited about it. People are reaching out to me, and it's exciting. It really is. Nothing crazy, but to have multiple videos pop off for over 100,000 views, to have other ones go over 20 relatively quickly is really, it's really cool, to be honest with you. And I really enjoy this shit. Now, this is a makeshift studio we got over here. I'm in my hotel room, and I got, on YouTube you can see this, I got my lamp from behind this chair over here because the lighting was shit if it wasn't, and it still probably doesn't look that great, but again, like I said, we're going to power through. It's 12:18 a.m. on Friday the 14th. Friday the 13th is the bad one. So it's Friday the 14th on a beautiful July. Actually, it was raining today in Montreal, but let's talk about Montreal because I'm in love with the city. I really am. I came here in November for my second tattoo I ever got, and really just truly fell in love with it. Okay, I stayed in like the business area. I guess it's technically considered downtown, I want to say, and just the way the people were, the European vibe of the city, just the culture, how diverse it is. Every neighborhood's different. It's clean. And what's funny is that if you ask people from Montreal, they don't really say it's that clean. But coming from New York or coming from just seeing a lot of the major cities in America, it is substantially cleaner. And yeah, it's just great. I mean, last time I came here, I really just was in and out, didn't do much. I did go. What did I do last time? I don't know, honestly. I can't remember. What I did do, actually, is I recorded one of the first episodes of the JohnnyCast. I think it was episode like 3 or 4 in my robe. That was when I was trying to figure out if I was going to call it robe talk or not. But anyway, so what I'm doing this weekend. So I got here on Wednesday. Now, I was supposed to, let me give you some background. I was supposed to come to Montreal on Wednesday, which I did. And what I was supposed to do is I was supposed to get tattoos on Friday. Now, you'd be saying, okay, why didn't you just come Friday? Well, the reason for that is that in American traditional, like, tattoo, I don't want to call it culture, but in the way you operate in American traditional, which I think a lot of people would have an issue with, is you have a vague idea of what you want, and for the most part, you're just going to go there, look at the flash that's on the wall or the flash that the artist has in binders, whether it's originals or things that they've bought that are on the walls, and then pick it out, and then you're going to get it. This new, like, relatively new thing over the last, like, 15 years where everything's custom and everyone's getting fucking, yeah, just, like, custom artwork and ideas of what they want and all this crazy shit. That doesn't go on in American traditional. So I like to go about a day or two prior to kind of feel myself out, see what I like, see what I don't like, and then get an idea of what I want. Because the last thing I want to do is show up to the shop day of, half an hour before I'm going to get inked, and then just be like, oh, yeah, I guess that. And then you're like, wait, this is on me for the rest of my life. You can't have that. So I knew I wanted a Grim Reaper. That's all I knew I wanted. I was thinking about doing a second piece. Wasn't really sure. And so this was about a month ago. About a week ago. Fuck what they said, man. You tweaking, ho? It's a good one. It's a goodie. But, yeah, so I was fucking a month out, and I got a call. My fucking guy called me. I got a call from genuinely, and I mean this, I'm not being hyperbolic here. I'm not being, like, biased. I'm not being a homer. I got a call from pretty much the second best, maybe the top 5 American traditional tattoo artists, or just traditional tattoo artists in the world, period. Now, we're lucky, or at least I'm lucky, that I live in New York, and pretty much the mecca, the epicenter of amazing American tattooing, traditional tattooing, is in Brooklyn, or is in just New York in general, is Manhattan, mostly Brooklyn. And so when I got that call, they had a cancellation because the wait list is, as you can imagine, very long. I had to take it, and that was about like a 3 days notice type of thing. So then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go to this dude, and shout out Eli Quinters again, beast at Smith Street. I was like, I'm going to go. I want a Grim Reaper, and he did some pieces on Instagram I liked a lot. And then we're just going to see what else happens. He had enough time for 2 pieces, and then I wound up picking a dagger up off the wall that I liked. And I've always liked daggers, and I think it's like aesthetically kind of nice the way it like runs with my arm. So I did that, and then after I got back from that appointment, I was like, all right, well, I don't want to fill my arm up so quickly. I want to wait because I don't want to rush myself, and then, you rush yourself. A, you might not like it in time, or B, even worse, is that you do like it, but now you're like, fuck, I want to get more tattoos, and then you start venturing off, and next thing you know, you're covered, and I look like a little peep. So I decided, I was like, all right, I shouldn't get tattooed in Montreal, which was a shame because the artist that I was going to wasn't the artist who did my first one, but it's a very well-known guy in the area who actually tattooed the tattoo artist who did this one. Different shops they're at. And I felt like a dickhead because I had to cancel, but it is what it is. And then I was like, okay, so now I can cancel my flight, cancel my hotel, and just meet my friends, which are I'll get into that in a second, meet my friends on Friday for what we're going to do this weekend. And so when I was looking into doing that, it wound up that it actually made more sense not to, because it would have been the same amount of money to cancel the flight and get a different one. This fucking wire. It would have been enough money to cancel the flight and get a different one than it would have just been to stay the extra 2 days. Now, I'm used to now traveling. I've been doing it for work the last couple months. So I was like, you know what? I'll fucking go back, get to see some spots I didn't get to see before the ruckus starts when my friends get here. And that's exactly what I did. So I got here on Wednesday. And I worked from home. I worked from the hotel for Wednesday and Thursday. And in the after the work situation, after like 5 p.m. on Wednesday, I went to, I don't know how you say it. It's I'm not even going to attempt to say it. I'm just going to put it up here. But I went to this chicken spot that is it's so amazing. Okay, it's just a Portuguese chicken spot, I believe. I hope I'm not getting that wrong. And the line for this place, I couldn't believe it. At 5 p.m., 5:30 on a Wednesday, right? Yeah, it was a Wednesday. Was around the block and then some. It was like a double around the block. And I waited because I didn't want to not go. I'm here, so I had to wait like over an hour to get this chicken. And they do like full chickens, half chickens on the rotisserie. They do sandwiches. They're really known for just like their roasted chicken. And they're also known for their poutine, which I'm going to get to in a second also. But so I got that, and it was fucking unbelievable. If you're ever in Montreal, and I'll put the name up here, you got to go to this place. It's out of control. I asked some people around me kind of what the deal is with it all the time, and they're like, yeah, man, the line, unless it's raining out, the lines look crazy like this from open to close. It's nuts. So I had that, and then I was feeling myself. It was a beautiful day. Okay, a beautiful fucking day. 5 p.m., just got to Montreal. So what did I do? There was a fucking like ice cream shop, sweet shop next door, basically, across the street. And I got the best combo there could ever be if you're getting ice cream on a cone. And again, if you're getting a cone, you got to get a wafer cone. I don't want to hear about sugar cones. Waffle cones are debatable, but wafer is the absolute S tier of cones. And so I go to this place and I get, again, the best combo there is. It is mint chip on the bottom, chocolate in the middle, preferably a very dark, like rich chocolate ice cream in the middle, and then a lemon sorbet, a limoncello, fucking gelato type of thing. But yeah, a lemon sorbet, because the reason for this is you have the you have the sweet lemon to begin with. It's refreshing. It's a palate. It's refreshing. It's just great. I don't even know how to say it. It's just phenomenal. And then You're mixing, by the time you whittle down that lemon, you're getting to the sweet but yet savory chocolate now, because you're still getting that lemon. And everyone knows, I mean, when you're getting rich, nice chocolate, a little lemon in the chocolate, right? A little lime in the chocolate. Go to Switzerland. I'll tell you all about that, all right? But yeah, you get the lemon, and then you get the savoriness with the chocolate, and then you get God's combo. At the end of the chocolate, you're getting chocolate and then the mint. So it's prime, and then you're getting the mint in the cone. Who doesn't like those little chocolate chips when you're eating the wafer cone? It's fucking amazing. So that's what I did, and I walked home, and it was just a walk full of bliss. It really was. It was a walk that, I mean, you're walking, you're seeing the fucking the street art, whatever you want to call it. Everyone's nice. It's quiet. This was in the Village, I believe. I believe it's in the Village, and it's just so nice. Walk back to my hotel, which is in Montreal, or however the fuck they say it. And yeah, so that's what I did. Then, today I woke up, I worked from home, and then I had a fun one. I had a very nice day as well. So after work, I decided I was going to. I had to do a bunch of things, but I wanted to also try a new food spot again. I wanted to explore. So I went to Schwartz's Deli, which gives me a comparison, I guess. It gives me a feel of Katz's Deli, but in my opinion, it's way better. Now, you're going to think that's controversial. I may have just had the worst experience of all time at Katz's Deli when I went. I went there once. It was like 3 a.m., and I thought that the meat was so like fatty and dry and just shitty. So, and almost too much meat where it's not even edible on the fucking sandwich. But this place was phenomenal. I had heard a lot of things about it. All these food recommendations, by the way, are from, or not all of them, but some of them are from this guy, Phil Rosenthal, the writer and creator of Everybody Loves Raymond, who has a Netflix show. One of my buddies showed me, and it's kind of cringe. There's like every time he eats a food, he smiles at the person who gave it to him in this weird way, and it's just like cringe. But the guy has good taste, and he knows where he's going. So we did a Montreal episode, and the chicken place was on here, and the deli spot. So I went to the deli spot. You get a pickle. And you got also across the street, which I haven't tried yet. They got A&W. A&W used to be a big thing in America, I believe, in like the 70s and 80s. A&W like the root beer, but they actually have a fast food place. Mike Franceschi used to always talk about how his mother would give him a little cash with him and his brothers, and they'd go get A&W. But I haven't tried it. But so anyway, I was in the mood for it, for the root beer, because I saw the fucking sign for the store, and at this deli, they had an A&W root beer. So naturally, I don't like soda. I don't really drink soda, but when in Rome, okay? So I went to this deli, and it was just great. It was like a hole in the wall, has so much history, and that was great. And then I went to the cash exchange, which I know this might be a little bit monotonous with the storytelling I'm giving you right now, but trust me, it's a fun day. It's a day filled with glee. So I go to the cash fucking thing, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the fucking gym while I'm here. But I was in like the financial district, which was where the exchange thing, and that's where like they have a lot of like nice shops. They have like Canada Goose, Zara, Uniqlo, like just whatever shopping. And so I went to Zara and picked out some pieces. I love when people in fashion call shirts or anything pieces. They don't have the humble nature in themselves to just call it a fucking shirt or pants. They have to call it a piece. It is what it is. But so I picked up a couple pieces from there, and Zara's great. But it just reminded me of like how much I love shopping. I love shopping so much, but I love shopping by myself. I can't go with any friends, though. It's got to be by myself, because whenever you go shopping with friends, it's like this weird, I mean, at least in my experience, this weird like tiptoe where you walk into a fucking store, you know what you want to get, you're fucking checking it out, you're froggy, you're going to buy something, and then every friend I've ever went shopping with is like, oh, this is nice, that's nice, I'm going to go try this on, I'm going to go try that on. They're trying it on, they're 50-50, they're like, oh, should I do it? Yeah, I really like it. And then they just don't even get it. And you're like, dude, we're wasting our time. And then also for me, I like trying out a lot of shit. I like seeing stuff. I like taking my time. And I feel like I'm being rushed, not because I'm actually being rushed, but because I'm with someone else. I don't want to just waste their whole day in one store. So you got to shop alone. But shopping is one of the joys of man. I believe it. And people will tell you that it's like a little bit like effeminate. No, it's not. Shopping is amazing. It's relaxing. It makes you feel good. It's fulfilling. It's just fun. Besides the idea of spending money, it's amazing. So I was shopping at Zara, got a couple pieces, and I went to the gym in I guess it's downtown. I gotta look at the fucking map again. But yeah, the gym was. I mean, this is the thing. Piggybacking off the shopping thing, clothes-wise, you always want to get quality clothes, and unfortunately, the quality of clothes now is just diminishing to a scary extent. Where if you look at a shirt that was made like pre-2009. It's always quality. I have shirts from like 1995. I have shirts from fucking 2005 that now still have their shape. They wash well. I don't have to worry about them shrinking. They're like nice cotton. And then I have any shirt that I've bought from like 2010 on is just like after 3 washes shitty. And you can buy nice shirts. I'm not talking about like H&M, which H&M's fine. But I mean, if you're buying a nice $80, $90 t-shirt, or you're buying a really cheap t-shirt, no matter what, it's going to lose its shape. And then you don't even get me started on like sports stuff. Like Nike, who took over all the sports for the most part, you get a player t-shirt or you get just a team t-shirt. This thing is made out of like tissue paper. You shrink, you wash it once. You don't even have to dry it. It shrinks. It loses its shape. It like stretches out and shrinks. It's just a shame that everything now is just less quality than it used to be. And there's no difference with the gyms. Every gym you go to now that gets new equipment, unless you're going to a Lifetime or a like an Equinox or a nice mom and pop gym, is the equipment you can get. I mean, it could even be from the same companies. It could be Nautilus, it could be whatever. It's not Nautilus though. It's this one company. I can't think of the name, but you're gonna know what I'm talking about. The weight stacks have like the switch on them. They don't have the fucking pin. They have the switch. Those fucking break at every gym I've ever been in. And even like the Life Fitness nice keyed fucking ones, the pin ones, they still like a gym doesn't really take care of it, whatever. It's not that nice. I was in this gym today and all the equipment had to have been from like 1980. Okay, they had these machines I had never seen before where it's like hydraulic. So you had a button on your left and a button on your right. If you hit the one on your right, it pumps up the air pressure and it does it incrementally, like by 5 pounds each. So it's still like the same as having weights. But the amount of smoothness that these machines have, whether you're doing calf raises, a fucking chest press, anything, it's mind-blowing. And then it's so easy. I was doing ham curls with this. It's so easy when you're drop setting. It's like, all right, I hit 5 reps with X amount of weight on the thing. You're holding onto the handle anyway, and then you're pressing the fucking button, and you're hearing like, tss, and you see the gauge go down a little bit, and it's easier, and it's just smooth. And then I moved on to the main pinned weight contraption, whatever you want to call it, with the pull downs, and then the fly, and the press downs. The amount of lube that was on, I don't even know. I think it might have just been made well. The amount of smoothness in which these pulleys moved. It was like a joy to use this gym. It was a joy, okay? And this is how things should be still. And we've just outsourced everything, or whatever we've done. I don't even know. I don't want to get into the fucking politics of it or the economics of it. I don't know. But everything has just gone to shit. It really has. And it's a shame. And so that's what I did today. On the way home, what did I do? I guess I just got home, and that's it. Now, what's going to happen now, it's Thursday night, and again, it's late. I'm going to record this. I'm going to edit it after I get home on Sunday afternoon. But so we got a fun trip. So my boys are getting here tomorrow. One of them's coming at 8 a.m., 2 at like 10, and 2 at 12. We're having a fucking night on the town in Montreal, which is obviously so fun. The club scene is incredible here. I don't know what we're doing in the day. I think it's going to be like a little bit more of a lower key day. But then the magic happens on Saturday. It's a beautiful day. It's 85. We're going to go fucking bar hopping. Hopefully check out the city, check out Old Port. The Airbnb we have is out of control. I'll put a picture up. I'll put a couple pictures up. It's like the attic of like a warehouse. And it just looks like a fucking place that Andy Warhol would have not only designed but lived in, okay? And so we're staying there. Saturday we're bar hopping. Hopefully we don't get too fucked up because then, and you've seen this, you've heard of this because I've said this on the podcast before, but then me and my boys are seeing Drizzy Drake, the Six God, in the flesh at the Bell Center where the Montreal Canadiens play, right? The fucking Montreal Canadiens. I got this hat, baby. I'm feeling like a Canadian, baby. I'm feeling great. It's a nice hat, too. It's a trucker, okay? It fits me nice, okay? If you notice, too, I got a new mully going on. Come on now. Don't play with your boy. I don't think I've ever said that before. Don't play with your boy. Don't fucking don't fucking play with your boy. But yeah, dude. I mean, I'm gonna see Drake for the first time ever. And it makes me happy. It really does. Because Drake, this might sound ridiculous, okay, but Drake means a lot to me. He really does. He's been there. When you have an artist, and this is weird because he's a multi-generational artist that doesn't happen a lot. So I've been following this guy. He's been a part of my life from literally 7th grade 15 years ago, right? 2007, how many years ago is that? 15 years. From 2007, 2008. His beginning in Young Money, his early mixtapes, all that shit. All the way into 9th grade, I'll never forget. He drops not only one of my favorite, I mean, realistically, Thank Me Later, I know people don't like give it a lot of love because it's so early on. It's such a great album. There's so many classics on that album. So right into 9th grade, then all of my high school, right? Growing up, you grow up in high school. It's a coming of age. All of his big albums. And then my first year in college, he drops Nothing Was the Same. Just unbelievable. All through college, he's dropping bangers. Views dropped on my birthday, my junior year of college. I mean, this guy. So to not see him while he's still in his prime would be a genuine travesty. So I made a big push because obviously he's touring, and this album I really loved. I'm so happy I didn't see him when he was touring with Migos. I don't even remember what album he was touring on. But this album is great. Her Loss. I love 21 Savage. To see them both, Drake, get this off the bucket list, amazing. And I think it's going to be a little bit more of an intimate show, probably not. But definitely more so than if it was an MSG. It's going to be a fucking shit show at MSG, okay? And then if you go on the wrong night, you feel like you're fucking, you did yourself a disservice. Like if you go on Tuesday, he brings out someone you like Jay-Z. On Wednesday, you're fucking pissed. It's like a whole thing. So I don't know who we could bring out of Montreal, and frankly, I don't even care. I just want to see a nice set. Apparently, he plays for hours, bro. He plays like, I saw the set list for a second, and I didn't want to look at it because I just want to enjoy it and be in the moment. but I saw it not the first song, but I saw he's playing Jungle. He's playing a lot of shit off of Thank Me Later. He's fucking killing it, this guy. All right, so that's what we're doing. And then Sunday morning we leave. That's, by the way, that's what I did when I was there the last time. I tried the bagels, which I riffed on when I was giving this when I had this podcast last time, I think. But it was pre bagel tasting. I was talking shit. I was talking a big game. I was talking a big, like, I'm from fucking New York, baby. Our bagels are the best. Like, Montreal, get the fuck out of here. All this shit. When I tried those Montreal bagels, it changed my life. They are substantially better than New York. And I can say that with the utmost confidence, okay? Whether it's Fairmount or it's Saint Viateur or however they say it. It's fucking sexy the way they say it. I love it. It's amazing, okay? And tomorrow, I'm going to Saint Viateur. I was at Fairmount last time, which I heard is amazing, but I also heard the other one is even better. We shall see. I'm going tomorrow morning, and then what I'm going to do Sunday morning, because my mother loves bagels. She does. Sue her. She loves bagels. So does my whole fucking, my dad doesn't. My whole family, specifically my mother, though, and me, I like bagels, too. She loves bagels. So it would be, last time I felt a big guilt because I was hungover on Sunday morning. And every morning there's a bang, 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 bang. Name the song, baby. I just said it. Name the song, baby. It's every morning? Not Sunday morning. Sunday morning would be Maroon 5. That's my bad, guys. I shouldn't be a disc jockey at this point because I'm fucking up titles. I'm fucking it all up. But so anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I felt guilty. I felt straight up guilty because I was too hungover to go to Fairmount, grab the bagels, bring them home for my mother. Because again, another amazing plus to Montreal is it's an hour flight from New York. I mean, this place is a fairy tale. I haven't even dabbled in like the late night. That's another thing. After the fucking Drake concert, me and my fucking boys, we all got the same fucking haircut. We're all going out. All right, we're gonna eat some fucking pussy tonight. If you could name what that's from, I'll give you $100. But yeah. I mean, we're going to we're a night in the town. Maybe we're gonna dabble some of the best strip clubs in the world are here. All right, that's what we're doing. In maybe we'll see the Six God in the flesh, fucking sitting down by that pole. Hashtag fucking what's his name? Fucking Don Tolliver. That's a great song. That pole. It's one of the only songs I liked off that new album. But yeah. So gonna bring some bagels home this time. Gonna bring some bagels home like the hero I am. It's only an hour away. They're gonna ask me at customs, hey buddy, you got any fucking food? You got any fucking You got any, what do they say? You got any, I forgot the terminology they were telling me. Unaccompanied goods. What the fuck is that? I got an inanimate object that's going to walk on its own? I mean, what are we talking about? What kind of unaccompanied goods could they be asking for at the airport? I don't understand. So I'm signing these papers knowing maybe I do have unaccompanied goods I don't know about. What the fuck is an unaccompanied good? So, I mean, traveling just always blows my mind. But anyway, I'm going to bring some bagels home. Hour flight, bada bing, bada boom. And then your boy's back. Johnny's back in the fucking 516 in Long Island, in fucking New York, all right? In the United States of America, the best fucking country that ever existed, all right? What else do I got to talk about with Montreal? Oh, so I tried poutine. Poutine, I don't know how you say it, from when I was from that chicken place. And I'll put the picture up because I don't know how to say it. I don't want to butcher it. I don't speak French. And there's another couple places that I've also heard to try from, but the bottom line is it's not for me. First of all, the picture that I had, the one that I had, looked like Chinese food. It didn't taste like it, but it looked like Chinese food. But anyway, it's just like a fucking, and I love Montreal. This is not me shitting on Montreal. I just, for the last 25 minutes, went on a rant about how I love Montreal. But this just isn't for me. This is a sloppy French fries, brown gravy. I don't want brown gravy on anything. You put brown gravy on anything, it's miserable. So brown gravy, fucking these pieces of cheese that like are half melted. I want my cheese either like fucking hard as a rock, not as a rock, but you know what I'm saying, or I want it melted. I don't want it in this in-between. It feels kind of wonky to me. So that was gross. Poutine, definitely not a Johnny Kid stamp of approval, Johnny Action stamp of approval. Definitely not. Everything else, though, is amazing. And what was I going to say about, that's another thing. I'm not talking about cheese quickly before I get into my next bit. Oh, and this is, wait, quickly, because I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. It's a little late at night. I'm fucking, Johnny's off the perks. And so anyway, I'm online at this place to eat the chicken, okay? So I'm online, and this guy is like in front of me, and I asked him, what do you think the best thing to eat at this place is? He looked like local. So then we get to talking, because it's always awkward. If you're on a line, do me a favor, wait till the end of the line to ask someone what you wanted to ask them, because now if you're in the beginning of a long line, and you ask the person in front or back of you a question, maybe about the store or the restaurant you're at, or like whatever you want to call it, then after they answer the question, you're going to kind of feel this weird guilt, like you have to continue to talk to this person, or else it's awkward. So this whole time, I had to fucking talk to this guy for the next half an hour to pass time because I didn't want to make it awkward. I didn't want to have this awkward silence. It's like, oh, no way. I go, where are you from? Like, and he goes like, I am actually from France, from Zebedee, whatever he fucking said. And I was like, oh, very nice, very nice. He's like, yeah, but I actually I just was in Italy for a month. It was amazing. So I was like, oh, very cool. That's like where my family's from. Where in Italy? So he's like, oh, no way. Like, you came from Italy to Montreal? And I'm like, no, misunderstanding. I'm actually a fucking Italian American from New York, all right? But my family is assimilated. They assimilated from fucking Italy, from the motherland. I'm from Bari, a little bit of fucking Naples. That's what I was talking about. And then he looked at me like I had 5 heads. Like, why the fuck are you telling me where your family's from? I thought you meant you're from there. And that's like when the light bulb went off. That I think Italians in America are the only ethnicity, culture, whatever you want to call it, that when you ask someone like, yo, where are you from? They don't go like, oh, I'm from Wisconsin. Oh, I'm from Florida. They literally say like, I'm from fucking Sicily. I'm from fucking whatever. It's just like, it embarrassed me a little bit. I got a little embarrassed. But either way, to follow up. So we get the fucking chicken. We get the poutine. I don't even know how I was telling you this story. But yeah, that was that, I guess. Also, that place, the chicken place, I might as well just get to it. The chicken place had fucking, and this podcast is all over the place. I don't give a fuck. It's late. I don't give a fuck. They had a salad, okay? Salads get a bad rap, and it's a shame because they are refreshing, and they're like dessert where you always have room for some. You could finish your hefty meal, right? You're eating a heavy meal, but then there's salad to your right with a little nice dressing on it. I'll eat it. I'll eat it for days. It's infinite space in my stomach for salad. Then you throw some shredded carrots on the salad. Shredded carrots are like the crunchies. They're like chocolate crunchies for a salad. They're fucking amazing. A crisp, crunchy carrot, shredded preferably. Nothing better than it. So I had a salad from this place. They put some nice vinaigrette on it. It was just a good experience I had. It was a good fucking experience I had. And so yeah, that's what I got from Montreal. All right, I'll enjoy the rest of my weekend. All right, shut the fuck up about it, and then I'll get back to you with a post weekend little review for the kids, for the fucking kids. Now, what else do I got here? Oh, so I'm sitting in a hotel. And I always get skeeved out about bugs, not because they're going to be there. I can stay at a 5-star resort. I still feel like there could be a bug because it's not my house. And there's bugs in my house sometimes. You can't control it. But bugs, and again, this could be, I feel like less than a man sometimes because of how grossed out I am by bugs. I really do. And it doesn't matter what type of bug. Besides ants, I'll let a fucking ant crawl on me. I don't give a fuck, all right? Or ladybug, you kind of have to. But besides that, every other type of bug is disgusting. You get those basement fucking crickets, a fucking real roach. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. I'm seeing videos in Australia of these giant flying fucking praying mantis things. Okay, then you get onto the water bugs. I know they're harmless. They're disgusting, bro. The centipedes, the millipedes that are walking around, disgusting. I don't care if I'm with a girl. If I see a fucking bug, she's killing it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. It's fucking disgusting. Spiders, they kind of are noble. I kind of like how spiders kill the other shit, but I still kill it. And I also feel bad when I kill the spider. It's a whole fucking thing. Bugs are disgusting to me, and I do feel like less than a man because of it, but I'm sorry. It just is what it is. And then, like I said, I'm in a foreign room. I read this online. When you're in a hotel or when you're sleeping in a place that isn't your home turf, your body can't fully go into a deep sleep because it's on high alert, right? It's in like defense mode. I think that's what happens with me when I'm in a foreign place, just because of the bugs. Okay, God forbid. That's another reason why I won't go camping. Camping, I don't want to shit all over camping because I like the idea of REI. Camping's just not for me. I'm going to shower in a tent, bro. I'm going to shower. I'm going to fucking shower. I'm going to, come on now with the camping. I mean, come on now. Jesus fucking Christ. So, yeah, I don't know. What else is there to talk about? I'm looking at this. Oh, yeah, okay. So, second response, I guess I'll say to this. I was reflecting, thinking about it, because I had that second video on TikTok blow up with the Generation Z bullshit, and I genuinely mean this. I feel so bad for the young kids, for the new generation. I mean, between the dating apps that anyone, I couldn't even imagine, you're like 15 years old, you're worried if you don't grow up and be 6'2", that you can't get women, okay? Instagram, everyone's comparing themselves to each other, okay? It's just highly toxic. Everyone who anyone looks up to who's young is just faking it until they make it. It's a dog-eat-dog world. If I was 15 right now, it would be tough, dude. I can't imagine it. So that's why I understand. Like, these kids grew up with the internet. They grew up with iPads at the fucking dinner table. Okay, I was using crayon. When I went to a shitty restaurant, I was using crayons like a fucking king. These kids are using iPads. They're fucking downloading fucking God knows what when they're 5. They're watching shit they should be watching. It's a sin. It's a sin. And now because of it, I think this generation is not only growing up jaded, but I also think the way they collaborate, the way they interact with each other over the internet is highly unhealthy and just gross. And like, I got a piece of it. I got a little taste of it with this fucking Generation Z thing where, I mean, everyone who commented on that video, they're I'm not going to do this because I'm not petty and I don't care. But everyone who commented on this video is like fucking 145 pounds and 16. And think that they're like a fitness influencer as I like looked on some of their comments, because the comments they were making to me was just like absurd. And they were like, honestly, they were hurtful, to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Again, I've said this twice now, so maybe I do give a fuck. But I just feel bad because now, like, maybe not, okay, maybe because they're all growing up in it, the shells have hardened, the skin's hardened, so that it doesn't really matter to them. But then at the same time, that means that like insulting someone lost its value, which there's always a nice room for insulting someone. So now if you're not going to get your feelings hurt no matter what, who the fuck knows? But that's what I wanted to say about that. Here's another thing. Somebody's got to say it. A record label has to sign Mr. Krabs, okay? That song, that like AI leak snippet, because I got to flavor it, because I got to savor it, that song, that is the hottest song I've ever heard in my life. They got to get Yeet on a feature. They got to get, I mean, this is high quality music, and they got to put it on Spotify, because I'm getting tired of having to go to YouTube to fucking play it through my car, because I'm bumping that song. It's a fucking banger. Now, let's get into some fast fucking casual reviews, because Johnny needs to fill up some time on the podcast and also put some clips out next week, all right? So let's talk Shake Shack. Shake Shack's a fucking good spot, but it's way too expensive for the portions. I mean, especially that Chicken Shack, not even as good as a Chick-fil-A sandwich, and it's half the size. This thing's like $8. It's ridiculous. It's good, not that good. The burgers, though, especially the Smoke Shack. Okay, you got to go and you got to get a double Smoke Shack, and you got to ask them. Some locations do it, some don't. For the fried shallots or the fried onions, whichever one they're going to call it, it is magical. Okay, you're getting a double cheeseburger. You got the bacon with the Shack sauce, the chopped up cherry peppers, and then those fried onions. It's out of control, okay? And then you get to the fries, and let's just call it how it is. They're just like too crispy. They're not even good. Those fries are not even good. The shakes also subpar. I feel like I'm eating melted ice cream whenever I have them, which is a shame because they're called Shake Shack, which is just ridiculous. But the burgers make up for it. That Bard's potato bread bun is the best bun in all fast food. Every fast food joint should just change their fucking bun to a Mars potato bread bun, and their sales would increase. Shake Shack, when I think of fast casual, that's the gold standard. That's what I think of. Then you got Kava. I mean, I want to find a nice Greek girl now because of Kava. I want to be referred to as Johnny Actionopoulos because of Kava, okay? The portions are out of control. They're loading you up. I mean, if you want bang for your buck, you're going to Kava. The honey harissa chicken is mint. The hummuses are great. Then you're getting all the sides, the feta, the tzatziki, the fucking cucumber, tomato, the pickled onions. And then you end off with some lemon tahini or some harissa, or whatever you like. But it's just a great spot. They're giving you a little triangle pita. That place is out of control. Then you got Chopped, which just fell off a cliff. I mean, if you were a summer intern in Manhattan, 2015, 2016, you're going there, you're enjoying a nice chopped salad while you're figuring out happy hour plans. You're meeting new people there. It's fucking amazing. Now you walk in there, they overexpanded. It's like Chipotle. There's a million of them. The chicken is just not good. The food is just subpar. I don't know what the fuck happened to them. And you're getting a bowl. They're charging you $30 because you asked for a fucking one extra topping. It's ridiculous. Chopped, I mean, figure it out. Sweet Green and Just Out are taking your market share, for Christ's sake. If I'm wearing a white shirt, no matter what I do, no matter how I try to avoid it, there's going to be sauce on this shirt before I take it off. It's just a fact. This is like one of the biggest mysteries of mankind. It's the same thing with when you're out. You're wearing a shirt you like, right? You got to go to the crowded bar, and there's the jerk-off with the fucking cranberry vodka who's got to walk into you, right? Bang, walks into you, and then boom, it's all over your shirt. It doesn't come out, and just chalk that shirt up. Goodbye. It's done. R.I.P. It's the worst. Now, I think that'll count as my, I guess, is there anything worse segment of the day, so we don't break the streak, because I didn't have one for this podcast, and that kind of fits the mold. Before we end off, we got MLB All-Star Weekend right now, so the dog days of summer, you got no sports on, even training camp for the NFL hasn't started yet. Jets on Hard Knocks, gotta love it. I'm sure they don't love it, but it is what it is. But I want to talk quick Yankees right now. The Mets, I mean, Alvarez is a fucking stud. I actually really like him, and I would put him in a trade for Ohtani. I think any team would be crazy to not have anyone that they have on their roster off limits for Ohtani. But we'll see. The Mets are very interesting to me because they do have the talent to do something in the second half, but I really don't think, I mean, they're going to have to be like 15 games over 500 probably. They're going to have to play 15 games over 500 in the second half to have a chance at the wild card. So I just don't see that happening. But then again, you had a lot of outliers that had success. I said this from the jump. It's actually recorded. It's proof. I said that the Marlins had an amazing roster on opening day. I said, what a team, and they're living up to it. They're playing amazing. The Reds are a shocker. Ellie De La Cruz is electric. So the Mets are going to have to do something. The Phillies are coming along. But, I mean, let's get real. They're hopeless. I mean, if all these Mets fans, like local Mets fans, some of my friends who are trying to justify Scherzer and act like he's good, just be a miserable Met fan. Scherzer has not lived up to the contract at all. I mean, it's a fucking joke. I would be sick to my stomach if you were paying him. Fans used to be upset at Stanton, and they still kind of are because he's slumping right now with the money that we pay him. This guy produced in the playoffs, and yeah, he's been on and off the field like he usually is, but I mean, come on now. Scherzer, you're paying him $45 million, whatever you're paying him, for nothing. He's giving you nothing. So, and I don't care what his record is, okay? The record's irrelevant. Okay, I was rambling, so I'm going to edit that out. I'm just going to get into the Yankees quickly. So, trade rumors-wise, and actually, let's start off with the Sean Casey situation because I didn't address it. The Sean Casey situation is funny to me. Obviously, he's a great fucking personality, and me being an MLB Network stan, I like what he does. I like his vibe. The issue is, as we know, hitting coaches don't mean anything. Maybe his personality can, jumpstart the team. Probably not. But the story that AJ Brzezinski said, I don't know if it's true or not, about how Boone basically 3 weeks ago was just like, hey, bud, you want to fucking come coach the team? That just makes this franchise look like everything we think it is, or at least I think it is, which is a fucking embarrassment circus, okay? If that's the way that was, if that's what Boone did to recruit him, clearly, I think Brzezinski said, I'm forgetting to be with someone else, this fucking guy is going to hopefully take credit for a good second half hitting-wise, and if they don't hit well in the second half, he's just going to fucking leave after 2 months of work like he should, and fucking, that's it. He didn't have to be committed that long, so it's a win-win for Sean Casey. He's going to be gone if they hit well. And, it's a fucking figurehead. Who cares? You're going to fire Cashman, and Hal's going to sell the team. I'm not kidding around here. I mean, that would solve every issue. First of all, the fucking Star Industries, Star Enterprises, whatever the insurance company is, patch that they have on the side of the jerseys now is a disgrace, okay? I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments. I don't care. This is the New York fucking Yankees. There's no names in the back. We got no facial hair, okay? All these clown organizations, they got the fucking, whatever you want to call it. They got ADT on their arm. I think the Marlins have that, right? You got Motorola for the Padres, all this shit. This is so un-Yankee-like. You really needed it was $25 million a year they're getting, okay? Unless you're getting Ohtani, I don't want to see that patch on the side of the jersey. Now, that brings me to my next point, which is if the Cardinals are selling, okay, if Arenado's available, Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner better get on the phone with the Cardinals because that would solve a lot of issues, and you don't even have to give up Volpe. I'm telling you right now, between Peraza and Dominguez and also Glaber, I am sure something can be worked out. I've seen so many teams get fleeced with trades the last couple of years. That's an intriguing one, okay? Then you get to the Angels, where if you're the Yankees, you better be offering everyone. That's Volpe, Peraza, and Dominguez, Glaber, anyone, okay? Especially if the Angels want the Yankees to take on Rendon's contract, and Hal's cool with that, which he won't be because he's cheap, and he obviously is willing to pay Ohtani in the offseason if he's cool with staying in New York, which he probably won't be. But you never know. He falls in love with the city. They go on a run. This guy is a special player. I hear people talking about how, this isn't sustainable. I mean, yeah, it's great, but let's just see. Dude, the guy's got a 3 ERA, third in the league in strikeouts, basically. He is one of the most prolific hitters we've seen. He does both. He's Babe Ruth, but in the modern day. He's a lefty in Yankee Stadium. He is an entire country, brings along their fucking revenue and their buying power. The Yankees, who are obviously a global brand already, get even bigger. I mean, this is just such a win-win for everyone, and obviously you got a great pitcher and a great hitter on the same team. And Buster Olney is saying this can happen. Let's make this happen. And I've been playing Immaculate Grid recently. I mean, the amount of joy this has brought to my life, I would have never been thinking about players like Matt Latos, Alan Embry, Matt Stairs, okay? It brings the boys together. Everyone's texting each other now. Oh, that was a good pull. Oh, my God, I forgot about him. They're at the rarity score now. Jimmy Edmonds, Tanyan Sturtz, for Christ's sake. I mean, Richard Hidalgo. I mean, the amount of pulls are insane. If you're a baseball fan, you got to play it. Bottom line. It's incredible. And so that should be the end of this podcast. I want to wish everyone a happy weekend. I'm going to enjoy Montreal as hopefully I should. And just be safe out there, all right? Cheers.